way. Ben Davies, he says, is not good enough. Neither is Borna Barisic. Yilmaz is still unknown over the course. So a quality challenger at left back would be a smart move. He says if we can fix this, we can have a real chance to win the league. Danilo will tear it up for us, as will Cantwell, Cifuentes, Raskin and Lammers. So that's come in one of the many messages. What do you think of what he's saying there? First of all, the defence.
Well, yeah, I mean, they do need to sort it out, Paul. I mean, I've only seen him, maybe 4 or 5 times, but I have liked the look of Yilmaz. But only Michael Beale will know, or only Michael Beale will have an opinion. Is Yilmaz good enough in that area, or am I better with Barisic, or do I need somebody else? And whatever the answer to that may be, it needs to be better than what they've had. And that's why so many changes were needed, because what they've had hasn't been good enough, because they've been a distance away from Celtic for 2 years now. Only won one Old Firm game last season, Paul. That was a game that was the last one this season when Celtic already had the title wrapped up. So that tells you its own story. Competitively in the league games and in the 2 cup competitions, Rangers couldn't beat Celtic. What does that tell you? It tells you they're not good enough. What they have isn't good enough to beat the current champions, to beat the current benchmark. And therefore you've got to go out and get better players. And the ones that you have, that you keep on, you've got to improve them. And that's all the challenge for Michael Beale and his coaching staff, with the ultimate aim of overturning Celtic in the next 38 league games that starts on Saturday afternoon. If you're unable to do that, given the amount of new players that are in, given the spend that the board have given to the manager, then he may well lose his job, and he knows that. That is the bottom line. And the person on social media who said that and is absolutely spot on. Ben Davies, does he get up on last season's showing? No, he's not. Are you going to win a title with Ben Davies as your centre half? I don't think so. So therefore you've got to go and find better.
How would you start this weekend? So at Rugby Park, what's the defensive line-up for Rangers, assuming they're fit? So Connor Goldson, if he's fit, when he's back in training.
I've normally, if it was at Ibrox, Paul, I would be saying just put Connor Goldson in and get him, even if you can get an hour out of him with the first leg of the Champions League qualifying. The fact that it's on AstroTurf at Kilmarnock, I'm not quite sure. Again, that was a decision, but it might just be say, look, we need you. We're just going to have to put you in there at centre half. And I think he's the type of guy that would embrace that and say, for sure, Tavernier,
Suter
picks him, and if Suter's fit, but I think Sterling's still a bit.
Yeah, he didn't play much. He came on for, but we saw next to nothing.
Sterling, again, with another 4 or 5 days training under his belt, then Sterling, Paul, got fantastic pace, so that's a real asset to have in your defensive lineup. Now, again, I don't know, because I thought earlier in the summer, the way that Michael Beale might have been thinking about certainly giving himself an option to play a back 3 when you've got Goldson, Suter and Sterling. It can give you that option with a more attack. So for example, if he doesn't think Barisic and Yilmaz, then they could put a more naturally attack minded player up and down that left hand side in a kind of wing back role. So you never know, he might still have a tweak or two to make, but certainly the left back area appears to be a concern.
I know a lot.